Well, we're still going to be working on our reconnection with Dr. Chima Naji, who is a lawyer and political affairs analyst. But then we're also being joined right now by Honorable Agbonayinma, who's a former member of the House of Representatives and is now an aspirant on the platform of the National Democratic Congress. Good morning, Honorable, and welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you for having me, Mark. God bless you, and good morning to our viewers out there.
Interesting times that we're in right now, with the primaries of parties being conducted, and also watching what is happening within the political space. I would like to ask you, first, we know that your party has zoned the larger presidential seat to the southern region. That has caused a bit of ripples. Some people have reacted to it. But for the other seats, we've seen quite a bit of unsettlement with the mode of primaries decided upon. Your party has not been spared that particular controversy. And we do know that you resigned your membership of the All Progressives Congress in April this year.
Correct. Over
what you called non-inclusion and a hijack of the party. Do you see that same influence penetrating the NDC?
And I don't think so. It's too early.
You don't think so, or you pray not?
I pray not, and I also pray. I remember what Excellency Peter Obi said. He said, "Don't come here. He traitors. You know, people plan evil, try to, put things in bad shape. You know, intrusion, manipulation, and interference." He said, "Don't come here. At least." Of God, NDC, I want to congratulate Nigerians. The overwhelming support from the onset. Within 24 hours, you register over 10 million. That is crazy. That is massive.
10 million people in 24 hours?
In 24 hours, yes.
How did you do that?
Nigerians. Even the website.
What?
Nigerians. Even the website had to crash. They have to do whatever it takes to bring it back. That is to tell you how angry the whole nation is. They are yearning for something different. 10 million, yes, over 10 million Nigerians.
In 24 hours?
In 24 hours.
I'm just wondering how that registration will happen. You know,
it's not how it will happen, because people
happened.
are just clamoring. People are eager. If you go to the secretariat, I say, what? That's to tell you Nigeria needs a change. And it is now, not tomorrow. So I want to appreciate the leadership of NDC for taking the bold step, what they have done. His Excellency Senator, Distinguished Senator Seriake Dixon, and the national chairman, all the members of the leadership of NDC, Nigeria Democratic Congress. It's unfortunate. Yes, I still have friends in the other side of the aisle, APC. I have brothers, I have sisters there. It's not about the name APC, it is about the people inside of the APC.
And that's what a number of people will say, that a party is as good as the people that are in it.
Yeah.
And if at the end of the day, people are bringing their quirks, their different attitudes to a political party, you know, you never can tell what exactly will happen within the new political party that one has moved into. Or already we're beginning to see cries of discontent from the NDC in Imo State, where they were saying that it does appear that there's been an imposition of candidates. I don't know whether you saw that particular.
Well, you know,
even in Rivers, there's been a bit of ruckus coming from there as well. So, how are you so sure that the same attitudes that plagued the APC or PDP or whatever party, ADC, will not follow people into the NDC?
I don't think so, and I don't believe so. You know, don't forget, the state you have just mentioned, Rivers and Imo, you know what that means. And
what does that mean?
Because these are, do you know what has happened? A lot of, APC members, a lot of, yes, some of my friends, it's very sad, try to penetrate, even to come and buy tickets to obtain expression of interest in NDC, just to look for a way, just to puncture. But as they are planning it, they are failing. And it's so disgraceful and appalling that...
Is it just a puncture? But because...
Yeah, sure they try to cause mayhem. All these states you are talking about now.
Yes.
But I am happy the way the national leaders are handling it, because I'm from Edo State. We have no problem. Many other states in the Federation, people are yearning, they are happy, they are excited. When you come to the Secretariat, I was the Secretariat yesterday. When you come, you see people of like minds, thinking, praying for this nation.
What is the mode of primaries that your party has decided upon?
You know, there's two modes, either consensus or direct primary.
Yes.
Where you cannot reach consensus, you go for primary.
Have you secured your ticket?
Well, by the grace of God, when I leave here right now, I'm going to the where we are doing our screening. I've already obtained my expression of interest, contesting for the Senate, Edo South Senatorial District. By the grace of God, I will get the ticket.
Oh, so you haven't got it yet? Yeah. So you're still an aspirant.
Yeah, yes, of course.
What mode of primaries will be happening in the elections that will bring you up in?
Well, work is still ongoing. It might be consensus. Are
you working towards a consensus?
Of course, I'm working towards that. If it's not reached, definitely my people are with me. And definitely the end will justify the means that Honorable Agbonayinma is the candidate of NDC, Edo South Senatorial District. I believe so, and know so for a fact that our people are yearning for a change. Because what we are experiencing in this great country, this country is highly blessed. I've been on this program, your program, when I was in the House of Reps with you, crying for a better Nigeria, crying for a nation where everyone will be proud of. When you are holding your green passport, you will be respected. Not what we have seen ourselves, where Nigerians, today, 2,200 naira to a liter diesel, 1,400. In this country, for God's sake, how did we get here? People send me text message, just 2,000 naira, 5,000. These are men and women that have excelled. EJ, please, can you just help me with 5,000 naira? This is something that I cannot believe that we are where we are today. Just because of bad leadership. I supported Renew Hope. I stood for Renew Hope. I supported Mr. President. I did, and I don't regret doing that. But what has happened? 1 year, we're talking about Renew Hope. 2 years, we're talking about Renew Hope. 3 years, we are talking about Renew Hope. Now, going further to the fourth year, we are still talking about Renew Hope. And I discovered this Renew Hope, there's no hope coming. This is Renew Hopelessness. Nigerians are yearning, they are crying, Nigerians are bleeding.
So I'm sure you're also observing, because you have said that you have friends in your previous political party. There are still people on the other side. You said a few of them have tried to come to your side now. And a number of people say that is, well within their rights, because I'm sure you're also watching the fallouts of the primaries happening in the other political parties. Quite a number of people are disgruntled. They are unhappy with the state of events. And if they cannot obtain, we've seen situations where people could not obtain tickets on one party platform and, still believe that they were very popular and went to another party platform and, got
the Electoral law don't allow that.
And they won. Yes, the electoral law, might be, and especially given the fact that the timetable is very tight. So it is very difficult for disgruntled people to leave. But, you can never rule out sabotage. If you're not happy in one political party, they might support another political party to win. These are the issues. So if you say that other people from other political parties are not welcome because of the fear of infiltration, wouldn't you be shooting yourself in the foot?
No, genuine. We have a lot of genuine people that are angry, that have worked so hard in APC, that I saw them highly committed. You've seen
angry people in the APC?
I said I worked with them. We worked together before. I saw a lot of them today that are angry, full of anger because the way they have been treated. These are people that have given all their all in supporting the party. But today, they have been marginalized, neglected, and set aside.
Will they be welcome in your party?
Yes. If they want to come, the national leaders, they have said, everybody's welcome. But
wouldn't you suspect them
with
of
a genuine intention.
Yes.
Genuine intention.
How are you going to screen that?
But that is what I'm saying. We're just asking for people to come in with genuine intention. And it's a freedom of association. You can't say, oh, don't come, or you come, because everybody have the right to aspire. But I am saying, at least some of those that we know that have a hidden agenda, we know them. We know their plans. But what I'm trying to tell you is that
those that have hidden agendas.
Oh, yes, they have hidden agenda.
How do you know that?
Because I'm from Edo State. I'm from Edo South. We know ourselves. We're our family. We know the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You know those that have hidden agendas in Edo State, not because you are from Edo State, that's why you know those, because the kind of allusions you make, people will begin to think.
I've been around
think about what
we know ourselves. We know ourselves. Somebody called me there first today, say, EJ, can I come and join you? I said, to Joe, remain where you are. Remain where you are. He said, why? I said, there's no need. There's no need to come here. I know you. I know where I yes. I know you. You know me. Why not stay in your lane? Stay in your lane.
Oh, you know he's a troublemaker.
We don't need baggage. Okay. We don't need another problem. But you are
not suggesting anything in the realm of the metaphysical. That's just what I was the point I was trying to make.
Of course.
When you say you are from Edo State, so people will start to think you're talking about metaphysical powers.
No. Not metaphysical, not spiritual.
Just clarifying.
No. But what I was trying to buttress is that, some of our brothers and sisters that have worked for APC, you look at their primaries today. If you look at Pastor Zeyamu, during the election of the governor, we travel all over the world, to America, with the Senator Monday Okpebolo, who now became governor. But I want to tell you, if there's no reward in loyalty, if there's no reward in participation, giving your all to support a candidate, Right Honorable Bede Hammer also did a lot helping. All this bigotry, this fighting now, probably they would have been able to put an end to it, to stop it from the onset. You don't allow encouraging people to go spending time, spending money. At the end of the day, you said there is an agreement. Put everything on the table. Politics is about negotiation. It's about dialogue. It's about convincing each other. Nothing is written in concrete stone. We must be able to sit down and say, look, my brother, support me. Maybe one day I also have the opportunity to support you. Let's work together. No problem, no fighting. But what has happened now, look at what they have caused themselves. How? Today, Pastor Zayam said he's the winner. Right Honorable Bede said he's the winner. So both of them are winner. But that is advantageous for my own coming by the grace of God. So, and somebody said, EJ, you saw the future. I said, no, it was God that directed me that I need to leave this place. But something is wrong. Something is totally wrong. And I left early, and God directed me, look, NDC is the Messiah, is the one that will redeem this nation. Truly, this election is between APC and Nigerians.
Okay.
Nigerians, you need to check and feel the pulse of Nigerians out there.
All right.
They are in pain, they are in agony, frustration.
Let me take this to Ayo in Lagos, as I know he has questions for you.
Thank you, Markwe. Honorable, Markwe asked a question the other time. I'm not sure that you responded to. When she asked that, is it not the same people that...
Good morning, Mr. Ayo.
Good morning, Mr. Ayo. Honorable. Now, there are those who would wonder, is it the law or the Electoral Act that is the problem, or the people who are playing the law, who are walking the law? The Nigerians that you've spoken about, they are already tired of many politicians. So is it the democracy that's the problem, or the people that are practicing the democracy, particularly politicians? A good number of them have moved from one place to the other, and there are those who will wonder, wait a minute, what kind of example are we showing, you know, to the younger generation? I don't know if that's something that's crossed your mind, Honorable.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ayo. I think, if you ask me, I think some politicians are playing the democracy in Nigeria upside down. We have laws. We have made laws that reflect the concerns of all Nigerians. Our predicament, our failure is about to uphold, to uphold, to follow the rule of law. Somebody said to me, he said, EJ, it's against the law to be lawful in a country called Nigeria. There are laws there, but do we obey the laws? Do we? So, whether you say politicians or businessmen, teachers, professors, you know, clergymen, name it. Do we, as a people, do we obey the law of this nation? That is the burden of contention here. We have laws across the aisle. Have we obeyed the law in this country? Our electoral laws, amendment upon amendment. You know, one of my colleagues, you know, is still a sitting member, he was grumbling a few days ago. I said, why are you grumbling about the new electoral law? That he's leaving, now he cannot go to another party to go and contest because they have displaced him, maltreated him. I said, well, you shoot yourself on the foot. When you were in the house, were you not there when this law was being passed? He was telling me, oh, it was not among those in the clause. I said, my brother, that is where we have found ourselves. We are not making laws for personal interest, not laws that reflect the concern of the generality of Nigerians.
Well, Honorable, there are those who would say that to a large extent, even while you were in the House of Representatives, the laws, there are those who believe that the laws were made to satisfy the people who are making the laws, not necessarily Nigerians. And they have cited quite a number of cases on that. The question that I'm asking is, as a political class, what needs to change? Because we have changed presidents since 1999, from one president to the other, from one president to the other. And for as far back as I can remember, we've been complaining about the economy. It's always about the people that are practicing this thing. So what, in your opinion, needs to change, particularly among the political class, so that people can see at least a glimmer of hope?
We need total cleansing. We need to have a different mindset. We need to think about Nigerians. We need to put Nigeria first. We need to have at the back of our mind, when you are given an opportunity to serve, it's about the people, not necessarily about yourself, carrying everybody along. You are representing a constituency or a senatorial or a state or the nation. You are responsible, you are accountable for the citizenry that you are governing. So until we realize that we have no other country, this nation, sitting on a keg of a gunpowder, if all of us don't have wear a different thinking cap, different reasoning, having a different mindset that, look, when you have something that is tangible, you have an egg, you want to protect that egg, you don't want the egg to break. We don't want this country to break. We want peace in this nation. We want security to be upheld. We want good healthcare system. We want good educational system. We want good infrastructural development strive. We want good roads. We want our sons and daughters to be engaged, to be employed. Today, corruption has eaten us deeply. Where 34.5 trillion is missing the treasury. The Minister of Finance resigned or whether he was sacked. Nobody's asking questions. For God's sake, this country belongs to all of us. So the politics, whether you want to call it politics or politics, what is important is that we must put Nigeria first in our deliberation. If we don't believe that this country is our own, it is going to require collective effort of every patriot in Nigeria to build a better Nigeria. If you are waiting for America, Britain to come and build Nigeria for you, you are lying. It took Americans to build America. It's going to take Nigerians to build a better Nigeria. And it is possible, it is achievable, if we now say, wait a minute, we have tried this, we've tried this, let's give this a trial. Maybe we can have a gold mine. That is okay. Obi Wagwaso, I think, is the best way at this time to change the narratives. Let us not deceive ourselves. Mr. President has tried his best. Unfortunately, those that surrounded him, most of them don't mean well for him.
All right, Honorable.
He did well when he was governor of Lagos.
Yeah, just a second. There's something that you said earlier. I sincerely apologize. There's something that you said earlier that I'd like to get some perspective on.
It's not good enough.
I hope you can hear me, Honorable. Just 1 second. Something that you said earlier that I'd like you to please explain a little further. You have said in your response to one of Marquez's questions that, you know, the economy is tanking, nothing is working, and all of that. I'm just wondering if you're saying that in the past how many years Nigeria has not made any progress whatsoever. On the one hand. On the other hand, most of the time, everyone is talking about the president or the presidency or the federal government. Now, state governments have more than 200% of what they had before this administration came into it. It's a fact that's been proven and, you know, argued all over the place. But no one is asking them questions. So there are those who are wondering if development is going to go far and wide. The state governors themselves should be answering some questions from Nigerians. What are your thoughts on those two?
Well, Mr. Ayo, wonderful question. If you have watched me on this platform and other platforms, I have said this over and over again. I congratulated Mr. President for one particular reason. The fuel subsidy removal of Mr. President, he was able to save trillions of naira for the Nigerian people. And I said to our dear president, I said, sir, with all due respect, this money you have saved, it will be good for Mr. President to make sure that he's in charge, take charge, how the money should be expended. But in his own goodwill, I believe maybe he meant well. Money was sent to various states, 36 states, including FCT. I'm talking about billions of Nigerians' money sent to the state governors. Some of this money, as they come, they go to Bureau de Change. Come to Abuja, hate him or like him. That is His Excellency Wike, the Minister of FCT. He has worked, he's working. You can see all that he's doing. You might not like him, you might hate him, but when somebody is doing well, it's good for us to appreciate that person. I say about my state, Edo State, I've said this, I can't retract it, I said it, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. That Okpebolo is spending money. In the history of Edo State, I've never seen bridge. Bridge. Today we have seen bridges. Flyover. At least that is something. Yes, he could do more, but I expect him to do more, but let me also give him credit. How many other states that have collected money from federal government, from Mr. President? Even Mr. President didn't mention that Nigerians, various states should ask their governor what are they doing with the money they have been receiving. There was a time I watched Mr. President speaking. I was so glad. I was happy for him. Because if this country goes well, if we all to be celebrating. We should be celebrating if Nigeria becomes one of the best countries in the world. That's my prayer. So I want the president to succeed. But there are those that are working day and night to sabotage him, to derail the will of his progress. That is none of my business, because if Mr. President allowed those who are not helping him, he refused. I said, send them packing. They must be able to have a report card, every MDAs, you know, law enforcement, those that are not working, send them packing. You said you want to change the narrative. You want to change Nigeria. You want to renew hope. What are we experiencing today? From renew hope to renew hopelessness. That's what we are experiencing. That all this money that have been given to various states that he has said, where is the money? I've been watching the social media. You see people, brand new money, brand new, being shared by politicians. By politicians. I know for a fact that Obi Gwagwaso will not be of the same record. So we need a change. Nigerians, I am happy, I am glad the way Nigerians have stood, that enough is enough. We have seen a lot. There must be a change. Not tomorrow, it is now.
So just to confirm that their own primaries has already happened, or by virtue of zoning the ticket to the south, is already taken for granted that they have that ticket. Is that correct?
Well, I am not speaking for the party. I am speaking for myself, that Obi Gwagwaso is the one I am supporting in this 2027 presidential election.
Yes,
what I'm saying of course.
What I'm saying is they first of all have to get the ticket of your party.
And yesterday, you can see that former presidential candidate, and currently, by the grace of God, that will be the presidential candidate of NDC, as Mr. Obi, went to pick his form yesterday. It's presidential, you know, ticket. So, by the grace of God, and using Nigerians to change from bad to good, from renew hope to renew hopelessness that we have experienced, I can assure you, if you stand and pray to God Almighty, He will answer our prayer. Because
Honorable, I was just trying to clarify, clarify for Nigerians.
That's why I'm here.
Yes, that, you know, the primaries has not taken place for your party, even though, yes, a lot of people assume that if all goes as planned, they will certainly clinch the ticket. But the primaries are yet to happen within the Nigerian Democratic Congress.
That is what they are working on, and they are
just clarifying. Is a yes or no? I don't want to make
What is your question?
That the primaries, have they happened? The presidential primaries, have they taken place in your party?
I just told you, he just picked up the
form yesterday. So that answers the question.
Now, can he have a primary last night? It's not possible.
Anything is possible.
No, not
you have
NDC.
Said 10 million people registered in 24 hours in your party.
It's not I said.
You
this
said
is what
so.
is obtainable. This is what has happened. This is what took place.
I'm
it's
sure
everywhere.
A lot of people
all the media have seen
they
it.
Will
this
be
is it.
Incredulous, like, you know, 10 million people, really? But I mean, that is left for other people to verify.
That is to tell you.
Just to also say that, I mean, you are gunning for this ticket and you are running as an aspirant. Should anything not go according to plan, would you still stick with the NDC?
That is understatement. What do you mean that I need to not go on that plan? It is it's ordained by God.
I know that politicians are eternal optimists.
You are a politician.
They never accept defeat.
Listen to me.
Yes.
What defeat? God, let me tell you something. God have always given me that.
That you'll always be a winner.
Listen, I'm a winner. I'm never a loser.
So other people can be losing, but you are a winner.
The reason why I'm a winner is not because of me.
Okay.
It's because of what I have done in the past, my past antecedent, my records speak volume. That is what, you know me. Honorable,
we will be watching the primaries in your party, and we wish you all the very best. Thank you so much for speaking with us on Sunrise Daily this morning. Honorable Ehizo Agbonayinma is a former member of the House of Representatives, is a senatorial aspirant as well on the platform of the Nigerian Democratic Congress. Thank you once more.
Thank you for having me, Akbe, and thank you to our viewers out there. God bless you. Bye for now.
Well, we have to apologize to our viewers as well that we're unable to reconnect with Dr. Chimba Naji. We certainly will work on bringing him, for his very succinct political analysis in subsequent editions. But thank you so much for staying with us this morning on Sunrise Daily. I'm Maokbe Ogunyusuf.
And I'm Ayo, marking it. Well, business morning on the hour. I don't know if they'll be talking about the win, the Arsenal win, but hey, guess what? You'll find out on the hour. Welcome to the rest of your day.